Some say that the house predated 1880 and has been the home of the Eusey family for decades. The Euseys were public servants. The iconic building located at the corner of South and Regent Streets was the only structure in Belize that had shingled walls as part of its architecture. Area Representative Tracy Panton says that part of our historical reference and cultural identity has been lost.
It was the oldest standing building in Belize City. It was, of course, in the neighborhood I grew up in. I spent all my life practically. I have a lot of fun memories at that building. We knew the Eusey family very well. In 2012, 2013, we had accessed a grant facility from the International Cooperation Development Fund of Taiwan, Republic of China, Taiwan, to look at a mechanism to put in place a framework to preserve our older buildings. And in fact, that building was chosen as the signature project of that loan grant. However, at the time, the family made a determination that they did not want to participate in the project. And so we were not able to restore it to its original state. The idea was that part of the building would have been used as a museum that visitors could visit, and then the upper part of the house would have been fully renovated for the family to still live there, and a portion of the proceeds would have gone to the family. But the family at that time opted not to. And then I heard that the property had been sold. And it was my understanding that the Belize City Council was going to be dismantling the structure. I had seen recently, just before I left the country, some attempts at dismantling the roof of the building. The zincs were removed. The framing for the building was for the roof was removed, etc. But of course, this unfortunate incident occurred.
While there was quick response by the National Fire Service, the fire spread to the adjacent building, the headquarters of the Salvation Army. Major Jonathan Kelman says that he initially felt that it was a prank call.
I thought it was a prank call, because sometimes the staff member, he called me by mistake. So I get the call at 1:30 in the morning. I left here at 12:30. So for some reason, I came up here, I was looking for something. I spent some time. I left at 12:30. Then I got the call at 1:30, and I was hitting the bed. And I text back, I said, I hope you're calling me by mistake. And then 15 minutes later, another person called, because two people lived there. And they said the building is on fire. And so I rushed up here, in about 5 minutes I was here. It was not something that we looking forward to. Especially, it lost, and it kind of put people on Albert Street and Regent Street in some distress for the rest of the night because they didn't have power. First of all, I want to thank God because there was no loss of life on that property or on ours, because we have people living here, pastors living here. Because the building kind of porous, the building caught on fire. So on that side. So the firefighters started breaking upstairs and try to contain the fire. And therefore we had water damage downstairs in the office areas on this side. Files and so we're trying to clean up now and deal with that. Upstairs we can really, this for one of our pastors, we can't use up there now because the breaker panels, the wires, everything up there kind of affected. The bathroom was gutted because the fire was on that side. So roofing, everything there had to be replaced. We only have electricity in this part of the compound, but we are still here. We want to be open today to serve the public. We don't have utilities or anything like that, but we are open.
Kelman says that the saddest part of the incident is that in the wake of the fire, someone looted the apartment and stole a bag containing personal documents, including the passport of Major Elaine Weatherburn, the Finance Secretary of the Salvation Army. Police believe that the fire was deliberately set.
Information is that a male person was seen entering the building, and thereafter a fire was seen coming from the building. We are seeking one suspect in regard to this report. The building is an abandoned building that is on Regent Street.
Duane Moody for News 5.